The purple dress. I never understood the reason behind the hundreds of catcalls and perfect words that followed me through the streets of town when my body began to change, until that day, until the only day of my ordinary life that I would wish to completely erase from my memory. That day, I finally understood that everything revolved around one thing: power. Like that time when my cousin's husband, in the most shameless and insolent act, stuck his tongue in my ear under the pretext of greeting. I remember that a bundle of feelings arose in me that I could not give a name to at that very moment. But 10 years later, I realized that it was probably one of my first approaches to guilt, helplessness, and humiliation. I was never the most confident or the most talkative girl in my group of friends, nor was I the happiest, the most charismatic, and much less the most passionate about life. But certainly, every day, I found a way to live a life in peace, safe from any fear that the world and its demons could provoke in a naive and vulnerable being. I didn't allow myself to suspect and question how bad the intentions of human beings could be. I simply never imagined that there was something in me, in my soul and in my body, that could be taken from me with such violence and lack of compassion by a complete stranger. Of course, at that age, I didn't have the judgment or the experience necessary to understand that I had clearly just been the victim of gender-based violence. So, what justification can a 13-year-old teenager give for such a dirty trick? Well, with complete certainty, I can state that each and every reason any young girl finds for a situation like this will fall on herself, never ever on her own abuser. Because this sexist and misogynistic society will have taught her that a catcall is a compliment, that men are naturally more sexual than women, and consequently have more sexual cravings that they need to satisfy, regardless of the well-being and dignity of anyone else, especially if it is only a woman.
Created using Powtoon.